So,
What's up, guys? Welcome to Life in Japan podcast, right? This is the first official dual video that you guys are going to see on YouTube. Here, I got my main man who's going to be on the show, and it's going to be a regular co-host on the page. And we have a lot of good insight for you today, and I'm really excited. And this is somebody I really respect, so I want you guys to pretty much give him your undivided attention. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
yes, sure. So my name's Ray. You can call me Ray, and I've been living in Japan for 4 years.
Right.
For almost 1 year in Osaka, and about 3 years currently I live in Saitama, so I know a little bit about the area. And I just want to talk a little bit about the differences I saw in Osaka and Tokyo, especially things that I don't commonly see online or in other YouTube videos. So, like for example, one of the things that I read a lot is that people say that Osaka is like a smaller, more approachable version of Tokyo, and that it is not. That's like saying that New York City that's like saying LA is a smaller version of New York City. When anyone who's been to both know that those are two very vastly different places.
Very different.
So,
Very different.
So, for example, one thing that you may not know is that in Osaka, generally most people that I know in Osaka, they actually make more money than in Tokyo.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And also outside of certain neighborhoods in Tokyo, the rent in Osaka is actually generally higher. But it's like, of course, if you're talking about like the really swanky parts of Tokyo, like Harajuku, Azabujuban, or like Minato-ku, like by the waterfront, yeah, that's going to be more expensive than anything that Osaka has. But I'm talking about your average suburb. In that case, generally speaking, the accommodations are a little bit bigger and more expensive than Tokyo. Generally, not always. There's always exceptions.
Oh, wow, man, that is so much good intel. So, I really respect a lot of the insight that you have, because you're one of those guys. You're not, I don't know you as a biased person at all. And you've been here working and living as long as I have, fully, anybody, would tell you straight off the bat that, coming here and visiting or whatever the case is so much different from living here, right?
Yeah.
And this is what we want to express to the people on the show, on the platform, is giving them a real perspective on what life is here. Not just giving them, the glitz and the glamour and, the high rises and all that kind of stuff like that, and just the highlight reel. We don't want to just give them a highlight reel, right?
Yeah.
We want to give them an understanding of what real life is here and what we go through on a daily basis. And a lot of the times I don't get to do it a lot on my other platforms. Running, tag TV in itself is different. It's a different animal. That's more the sport airsoft regime, or any of the other things that I do. But what we're doing here is we're giving people valuable information that they can use. It's not a rant, because it's funny, when I spoke to a lot of people about starting the page, right? Especially, I'm not going to name any names, but when I gave them pretty much the idea, when I pitched the idea and I explained to them exactly what I wanted to do, they said, well, we don't want you to create a platform where you're generally ranting, right?
Yeah.
But what I want to pretty much understand from you is basically, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to keep it on Osaka versus Tokyo, because this is going to be what the core of the first episode is going to be on, basically,
sure.
Right? So, essentially, what are some of the key elements when we talk about personalities that affect the environment? What are some of the key components of that differentiates both environments?
So, Osaka is more for the live and let live types.
Right.
The people who just want to relax, but it's the people there. They like to make everything into a joke, even if it's not something that's really meant to be funny, which kind of got on me.
Wow.
But there are.
No, it's interesting for me. I never went into the details of my recent experience, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that I want to kind of bring forward on a page, but I want to do it in a non-biased way, so it's it gives people more of an opportunity to get a level playing field and an understanding in terms of what they're pretty much dealing with. But I went through a lot of injustices for me, work-wise, and I found that with my particular living environment, certain things, got really unbearable to the point where I didn't feel comfortable leaving my home.
I mean, the thing with Osaka is that it's the kind of place where everyone kind of knows each other.
Right.
So it's like, for me, I'm more of an introverted, private type of guy. It's like I'd rather choose who I interact with on a regular basis. But in Osaka, it's kind of like a village type of environment where it's like where all your neighbors, well, not all of them, but some of them know you. It's like, for example, if you go to a restaurant in your neighborhood, and it's like you're walking to the train station, that person will recognize you and say hi. It's like some people really like that. Some people are all about the, I want to know all the people living on my street.
Right.
It's like if that's for you, maybe Osaka's your type of place.
Gotcha.
But in Tokyo, it's like everyone. Well, first of all, Tokyo is a lot bigger, and it's a lot bigger, and everyone's got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
So basically, if you go to the certain parts of Osaka, like for example, there's two main parts. There's Nanba, which is in the south, and Umeda's in the north. It's not uncommon to run into a coworker or someone you know just out randomly, because those two places are not that big, and those two are the main nightlife areas. Now, people generally don't go outside of those two areas when they're going out in Osaka, because everything else is residential. Unless you're going to someone's house, then you're probably going out in Nanba Umeda, and they're not that big. While in Tokyo, you got all different kinds of neighborhoods that are massive, going in all different directions. I mean, first of all, you got to understand, Tokyo is the size of at least 2 or 3 LAs. So you're probably not going to meet someone.
I've heard that before, yeah.
You're probably not going to see someone you don't know, like just randomly. So if you go to Shibuya and your friend goes to Shibuya, at the same time, like you're probably not going to run into each other. Like, so basically you have to coordinate, like, by line. Let's meet up this place at this time.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I like a lot of what you mentioned, and I'm really excited for this first episode, and I feel that a lot of people are going to gain some very good concepts and important information from what we're going to be putting out on the page, going forward. And I'm looking forward, hopefully, to getting the third guy on. You'll see who that is. We're not going to spoil the party just yet. So right now, we're just pretty much accumulating and getting a lot of things in, and then the content is going to flow. So once again, look out for that content that's going to be coming, okay? Don't forget to hit that like button. I always say it on the other pages. Some of you guys will do it. Hit that like button. If you have any questions whatsoever for myself or Ray, anybody else, put those comments in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. We got more content coming at you on Life in Japan podcast. Stay tuned. Stay up.